Hey guys, so I've been saying that I'm going to do a comparison of all my books and all my Sparrow stuff for a couple videos now, and I've finally got almost everything. The only thing I don't have is I don't have my Iris American Dream pocket back, and I should be getting that this weekend, so I will add that to the end of this. And I probably will compare it to one of my other pockets, probably my Gemini, just so that you can see the difference. I wish you could see my table right now, because I took everything out of all of my sparrows and now it's all over my table. My cat's in the background, and I've got a bunch of crap in my room, and hamsters over here running on its wheel, so if any of that's bothering you, I'm so sorry. So the first thing, I've got one of her inserts here, and I put this piece of her packaging on there because I really like the stamp, and I have been keeping this packaging for a while. This is actually, it was normally a narrow, and I cut it down to be a personal size, so I could see if I like the size, and I do, and I'm going to be getting a couple because the narrow is just too big for me, so I'm going to go with personal next and see if that works, because I don't like really journaling in my field notes. I'm trying to like it, but we'll see how One Book July goes with that. Okay, so that's the insert. This is the grid, and it's a pretty nice light gray. Not much to see there, but it's a nice paper. I've only written on it like twice, and it says toilet paper and Coke, so I'll let you know a little bit farther into that. So I would do this in order of how I got them. So, okay. This is a narrow creme brulee normal, and it's actually a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little lighter than this. But I love this leather so much that I actually bought personal in it already. No, I bought a pocket in it. And you can see as it sits with inserts in it, it kind of gets a little bit of wear on the inside and up here where it stretches. But that doesn't really bother me. I think I'm going to sell both of my narrows just because I'm not going to be using them. And I would hate to see them go unused because they're so nice. So I've been using my All-American for classwork, if you saw in my last video, but it's just a little clunky for me. And I know some of you guys are going to be out there going, but the wide's like not even big enough for me. But the narrow is just a little clunky for me. I think personal is going to be a perfect fit. Excuse the cat, she's playing with my chapstick. So this is the creme brulee, and as you can see, it's been like this since the day I got it. It's very bendy. This is obviously a classic, not a deluxe, and I do have a pen loop on there. But it's been very bendy since the day I got it. I can lay it flat. This is the best I can do for laying flat with this angle. I can lay it flat and it just flops. And it does even better with all of the inserts in it. If you're wanting to look for a video of like some of the different leathers with the drop test, Jennifer does have that on her YouTube, which is under Jennifer Harvey. This has a beautiful bit of pockmarking on there, if you can see that. And I absolutely love it. It's got some really nice texture on the back. And there's her stamp. But as far as the leather goes, this is the most flexible leather that I've ever felt, besides like a thinner leather. Like, this is a pretty decent thickness. In fact, this is considered a thick leather. And it's super bendy. Like, even if I have my thing on it, it like it bulges in a little bit in the front, because like it doesn't, here, there you go, because it's so bendy. So if there's nothing in it, it bulges in a little bit there, which is why I've been keeping inserts in it, or keeping the elastic off of it, so that it doesn't get too bent up there for when I sell it. So next on the list is the All-American, and this is in maple sugar, and I like the maple sugar color. I did order my personal in spice just to mix it up a little bit, and because if I'm getting rid of the creme brulee, that's the closest color that I think to it, to the spice, and I really like that color. It's a warmer color, I like that. This is a warmer light brown. I don't know, oh, there we go. If you see this color here, that's the truest to the color that I can get. Oh, here we go. It's lighter, but it's not, when I saw the Tabitha bag in Sunflower, I originally thought that it was going to be closer to this color, but I actually really like the color that the Sunflower came in. This does have a couple little things. I've been using this since June, at least mid-June. Earlier than that, I think. And I really like that it doesn't like mark up as much as like the Mr. Darcy. And I don't actually have a Mr. Darcy. It's the only leather that I don't have. Aside from like maybe some of the bag leathers and whatnot. So, oh, I don't have the distressed creme brulee. That's what I was thinking. I'm sitting here going, I remember that I didn't have a different one. Okay, so this is the All-American, and I did show you guys this in my last video. It's a pretty bendy book. This takes more force than the creme brulee does to do this, but not by much. And it is, I think this inside is a little rougher than the creme brulee, but it's not that bad. I really like the pockets on this because they're flexible, but they're not too flexible, you know. And I can bend this back. See, dropping it. But when I first got it, I mean, it lays straight flat with nothing in it. And I'm not doing anything but leveraging it on my finger there. So, I really like that about this leather, is that it laid flat right away. And at the time, the other deluxe, or the other thick leather I had wasn't laying flat, and that was bothering me at the time, so I really like this. Sorry my Facebook keeps going off. I don't know how to turn the Facebook sounds off without muting myself, so on to the next. Let's see. The next thing would be the Gemini, and I think the Gemini is one of my absolute favorites. It's a nice, it's a nice, it has a softness to it, but I wouldn't call it soft. And the deluxe comes with white strings, elastics, but it's really flexible still, but still really sturdy. So if you look at this, this is really easy to bend around and do whatever. It kind of makes a little noise when you do this. Not sure if you can hear that. The pockets are a little stretchier than some of the others. I think the Gemini just seems to stretch a lot easier than some of the others. Sorry, the cat's trying to play with my bookmark, and I threw it on the ground, so maybe she'd go over there and play with it. But I really like this leather, and I do plan on getting another one in this color. Hazel, hold on a second. You cannot play with my Ollie blocks. She decided these were going to be fun. Okay. This one lays pretty flat by itself. It lays completely flat when it's got something in it. I cannot keep this cat entertained long enough. Okay. But it's really flexible, and I really like that. It broke in really fast. As soon as I did the conditioning that Jennifer showed us on her YouTube, it loosened up even faster. And it molds around the inserts really well, which I love. So I just kind of roll it around like this, but super bendy, super love it. This is one of my favorites. I would still have to say the Creme brulee is my favorite leather, but as far as colored leather, like that, you can't beat this. If you don't like texture, you can get this in less texture. In fact, some people were disappointed in it, so you may be able to contact Jennifer and see if she has a piece that's less textured. So that's an option. Or you can try the American Dream, which I'll show you guys at the end because I don't have it right now. And it's a little stiffer, but it breaks in. It just takes a little longer than this one would. Okay. Next thing I got was my tumbler bag. And this is in the turquoise. And I'm sorry, my lighting's absolutely horrible in this room. So this is in the turquoise, and it's a lot smaller than most people would imagine. And the inside, just like any other leather, it's actually a lot softer than any other leather. This is really pliable, really thin. In fact, it came to me rolled up in a picture, rolled it this way. It was rolled up little, and I was like, there's no way that bag's in there. So rolled up like this. Maybe a little nicer than that. But it's super flexible, and I normally do this. And actually, this isn't very true to how it ends up because I do have like a really chunky FN pocket size, but I can fit both of these in there sideways with stuff in them. It's tight, and it does kind of like do a little bulging when they're all full. I've got some pictures of that I've posted. I have not posted. I've got pictures of 2 narrows, because when you stand up the books in here, anything, I mean, you can see how tall that is. And with this, I mean, it barely fits in there stood up straight. So that's not really what it's for. And I really love having this in my bag, just so like if I have a big bag, I can throw my pocket size and my like my keys and stuff in it, and I can like take it to lunch if I don't want to carry my whole big bag, because I've got a big bag that I carry sometimes. So it's really nice for that, and I absolutely love that about it. And it does make me feel safer about having my my leathers in there, because it's semi-waterproof. So it's not waterproof, it's water resistant, as the website says. So like, I know that they'll dry and it should be fine, but like if it starts to rain randomly, I'm not gonna feel as bad if I've got them inside here, because then they're not gonna get as wet. Everything back over here. Okay. I think the next thing I got was my pinroll. This is actually in the same leather that the rustic tote comes in brown. This is the pin roll, not the pencil roll. I do have pencils in here. There we go. I do have pencils in here, and I'll show you guys. This leather's super flexible too. Like, there's nothing to it. It's the same leather that the rustic tote comes in, like I said. In the back of this comes, and I'm pretty sure this is a brand. Like, it says Ace. I'm pretty sure it's a brand. It's already rustic. So, and then when you put the pencils in it, as you can see, the bottom here gets like a little lighter and whatnot, and I love that. the inside does the same thing, and you can fit quite a lot in there. I've got a little, those of you that watercolor know what that is. It's the Da Vinci Usuri Sable in size 1. And my watercolor pencils, and then I've got my Sharpie pens over here because when I do use all these colors, I like my Sharpie pens because they are nice and bold. And that's about it. There is a little pocket on the end here. This is a pocket. I don't entirely know what I would put in this pocket, personally, but it's there. Just gonna wrap that up. Show you guys that it doesn't come unwrapped at all. Like, the leather friction messes with it, and so, I mean, eventually if you were to do this enough it would, but I didn't really wrap it up very well either. So, like, it doesn't come apart. Okay, and then I've got my 2 Mavericks here. I've got my Maverick and my little brother's Maverick, and since he's in town this weekend, I thought I would show you guys. So this is my Maverick, and I'm not sure on my opinions of my Maverick yet. I think it's very pretty, but I am a very texture kind of person. Like, it has to be something that I like holding, and I haven't decided if I really like holding this yet. I think that it's a very hard leather, and I think that's because it's buffalo. And that's fine. I don't mind it being buffalo at all. It's pretty bendy. This one's brand new. I mean, they're both brand new. This is within a week. And so it has some bend to it, but I just don't know about the outside. It's got a glossy type of finish here, if you can see, and I am not afraid to do this, and I'm considering selling this, and I am not afraid to sit here and scratch at this. I'm not afraid to throw my keys in there with it. My keys will hit this. In fact, this has been in my Tabitha bag all day today and all day yesterday with my keys, and I don't even see an ounce of a difference on this. All of these pockets are the same for the pocket size. These ones are pretty stiff comparably, but they're about as stiff as the All-American. So, I mean, this one's okay. I don't know about the texture for myself, but it's like smooth, but with the texture on the top of the crackle, but smooth at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. And this is the brown, not the golden brown. This is the normal brown. So I was actually surprised because it looks closer to the golden brown to me, but I guess I've never seen the golden brown in person. So that's this one. This is the deluxe. And then the other day, when was that? Yesterday, I got this in. This is my little brother's, and he's only used it for a day, so it's really not very loosened. But it is a black classic. I'll try to show you in the light there. And I got him a pen loop because he likes pens. In the light there, and this is broken in pretty well already because I conditioned it as soon as he opened it so that he could use it. He's been squeezing at it all day. Squeezing. He seems to really like the black color. I love the inside of this cover because the black is really black. I wasn't really expecting that. And it kind of came with the black elastic, and that looks so nice on all of this black. So, but compared, I thought this would be bendier. It really isn't that much bendier. You can see the difference in the classic and the deluxe, and it's not that much, really. The front end has a little, I mean, it's twice as thick on the front end, and on the back end, it's just a little bit thicker. And I mean, this one's a little more flexible. No, because this one's been broken in a little more. I imagine eventually this one would end up being more flexible, just by feeling it. But it's still pretty sturdy, which I'm liking, because I mean he's 12, so I don't want him to have to feel like he's gonna mess it up, with it like bouncing around in his book bag and whatnot. So that's the black. This is the brown. Yep. Okay, let's see. Last but not least, definitely not least, one of my favorite things this week, if we were doing a favorites video, this would be in it. This is my Tabitha bag. Hold it up on them. This is my Tabitha bag. And this is actually the one that was in the photo, and I was very surprised by that, but you can tell by this, this big mark, wrinkle, something or another in there. I have no idea what leather this is. The sides feel like the black rustic tote fabric. I don't have a rustic tote, but compared to the this, it feels pretty similar. The texture on the side is textured, while the front and back are not. This is really soft. I have some weird sinking, or like sneaking suspicion that this might be Darcy leather, because it marks up really easily. And if it's not, that's cool too. Not a huge fan of it marking up too much, but for some reason, on the purse it's fine. Don't have any problem with it. It's already got character, came with character. And the top zips. I don't have any problem with zipping it without the little tabs out, but it does have some little tabs on both ends. I just tuck them in. The side here, I'm going to stand up and show you guys how deep it is. Or this. And I like that I can stick my thumb through here and walk around like this, and I don't have any problem with that. It's super cute. If you had to ask me what was chic from ChicSparrow, this Tabitha bag is it. I'm going to show you guys compared to the color here of the maple sugar. This is a warmer color. This is a more yellow color. But I like it. That's weird because I'm not a huge fan of yellow. I think it's because it's a deep yellow, kind of a tannish color. All the little pieces of it are a brass color, brassy gold, and I'm not big on brassy gold, so I don't know how I fell in love with this. And I can fit this in here, and I'm going to be really careful with it because the zipper kind of scares me. I don't want the zipper to like mess up my narrow. You can see it barely, I mean, comes up to about here. And I don't think you could fit much more than like a flat cell phone on the side. Right now you could fit more in there, but there's nothing in my book. I don't think a wide would fit in this, because the way I had to put it in there is like doing this and then tipping it down, and I don't think that would fit with the wide. Thank you for knocking everything off the desk, hun. But I just wanted to show you guys the difference in the color here. last but not least, let me just throw. That's the thing about this Maverick, is I'm not afraid to just throw it in there. Maverick, pocket size, fits pretty well in there. And I assume, there it is. This is an insert, but it's the personal size, so I assume that will fit in there pretty well, and it comes down to right here. So maybe I'll be able to fit my personal and my FN in there. We'll have to see. But this is really nice. It's a lot bigger than I was expecting on the inside. I was expecting it to be small, bigger on, smaller on the inside. But I'm okay with that, because I realize I have a lot of junk to put in it. So, the only thing is that it doesn't have any pockets, and I'm a pocket queen. So, considering having Jennifer make a little bitty tumbler bag to put in it, like about the size of like field notes, so that, because my field notes can stand up in here. And if I had a little bitty tumbler bag, I'd put it on the other side. And so I'm considering that, but I do have a bunch of little like zip bags thrown around. But the only reason I'm considering that is because with like my creme brulee, if I ever I've got a pocket creme brulee coming, and I don't want it to get scratched by my keys. My keys are just, I throw them in places, and if I don't have a little spot to throw it in, it's just going to get all over the place. And I don't know if I want my creme brulee subjected to that, because it's like really precious to me. So that is all of my sparrow garb. I have other stuff in this room that is related to traveler's notebooks. If you guys want me to do a video on that stuff, on like all my little folders and whatnot, you can just let me know in the comments. I've got a bunch of Project Life cards over here I could show you guys. And obviously I'll still be doing Book July stuff. So, but if you're interested in any of either of my Narrows, let me know, and I'll tell you if they're still available. This one does say Forget Me Not on the bottom. So this one doesn't say anything on it, except for ChicSparrow, because that's what these are. So these are the two that I'm going to be selling. So hit me up on Facebook if you can. Most of you guys watch me on, or talk to me on Facebook, so but I guess you could leave me a comment and we could email. Sorry, the cat is doing some crazy things. So I hope you guys had fun watching all of these leathers, and I just wanted to show you the consistency of them, sort of, because everybody's always asking. So I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you next week.